I'm usually super indecisive when it comes to book ratings, but today I'm going to be tier ranking everything I read in 2025 so you know what to skip in 2026. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you never miss this bookish content. But without any further ado, let's get into today's video. Okay, so to jump right in, let's go over my categories. Firstly, I have Please Don't End, which basically just means that I love that book so much I never wanted it to end. If something is in this category, I probably plan to reread it eventually, and books that I reread are basically my Roman Empire, so it does not get any higher than this. Next, I have A Bit of Me. I don't know if any of y'all watch the OG British Love Island, but usually when someone is referring to their exact type on there, they'll say he or she is a bit of me, and I just love that. And so I'll probably use a British accent when referring to this tier, but yeah, it just basically means that that is my exact type of book. Now getting into more middle of the road, I have Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time. And basically this means the book was good, I enjoyed it, but none of the characters really stayed with me. If it's a series, I may or may not pick up the second one. It was just okay. Next up, we have I Mentally Checked Out a Long Time Ago. And this is something that happens often with me if I have a little bit of curiosity to what happens at the end. In this stage, I'm literally just waiting on the author to land the plane. And then lastly, it's a no for me. These books, although they might be great for someone else, they are definitely not for me. So now that we have that out of the way, let's jump right in. Also, these books are not in a particular order when I read them. It's just kind of a jumble. Okay, so first off, we have Yellowface. Let's see. Okay, so for this one, I think this one was kind of middle of the road for me. I did enjoy it, and I felt like I definitely got the point she was trying to make. I'm glad I read it, but nothing about it really sticks out to me. I borrowed it from the library, so if I hadn't marked it in Goodreads, I would have forgot I read it this year. So yeah, this one was very middle of the road for me. I'm gonna put it in Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time. Next, I have Song for the Wild Belt. I want to say I'm here for a good time, not a long time, but I don't know if I'm being unfair because it is a novella. I'll say I'm in between these two. I'll say it's A Bit of Me. I liked that it was like a hopeful dystopian. I really enjoyed the tone and the setting and the writing, so I'll put A Bit of Me, but it was very short. Then we have The Night and the Moth. This was a highly anticipated read for me because I loved the Shepherd's King duology by Rachel Gibb. I'm gonna go with I didn't want it to end. I really enjoyed myself. Would I reread it? I'm very excited to read book 2, but I don't know if I would reread book 1. I'm gonna leave it in A Bit of Me for now, but I might change it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, next up, The Chain. No, yeah, because I'm going to put this one and I didn't want it to end because The Chain was A Bit of Me. The Chain was definitely in like my top 5 thrillers I've ever read. I really enjoyed the pacing, the storyline. I thought the plot was super well thought out. I did say that the ending was a bit cheesy for my likings, but still really enjoyed. So I'm going to put it in A Bit of Me. Okay, then we have My Sister, the Serial Killer. I also think this one was A Bit of Me. It was a novella, but the writing really felt like an Alice Feeney novel in that it was super literary, even in the midst of being like a fast-paced thriller. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed this and would highly recommend to anyone who needs like a quick entertaining thriller. Now we have A Curse Carved in Bone. This one was definitely top tier for me. I am obsessed with this series. I want to live in this world. So next up we have, dare I say, my favorite read of 2025, Sword of Kaigen. Y'all know how I feel about this book. I've talked about it at length. This was definitely a please don't end. I am obsessed. Definitely will be rereading. Oh dear. Now we have The Wolf King. Yeah. I ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm torn on this one because I can see why people love it, but I was definitely struggling to finish this book because I just wanted to hurry up and get to the end. But then also the way it ended made me like, am I going to read book 2? But it just really didn't hit for me. And I don't know if it's because my expectations were too high because I expected something very different when I started. To me, it was just kind of like Akatar in a different font. I'm going to go in. I mentally checked out a long time ago. No, I'm going to go it's a no for me. It's a no for me because I did not enjoy myself and I just finished it just to finish it. All right. Now we have Alchemized. I want to say please don't end because I love the pain and emotional turmoil of this book. But first of all, I would never reread this. It's way too long. And I did feel like a lot of the chapters were filler. Also, it was very hard for me to get into this world. I felt like the world and magic system were very confusing at times. And that kind of lasted throughout the book. I'd get confused and be like, wait, what? So yeah, I'm going to put in a bit of me. But it was a little confusing and very, very, very long. Very long. Next, I have Cursed Daughter. I won't say too much because I covered this in my last video. But yes, ma'am, you deserve to be right there. That is where she'll stay. Okay, then we have Love Simulation by Etta Easton. And I love Etta Easton. I loved her first book in the series, The Kiss Countdown. I loved The Kiss Countdown, but this one just it was having a hard time holding my attention. And it wasn't because I didn't think it was super cute, but it wasn't. If you're gonna read one of the two, I would do The Kiss Countdown for sure. Okay, Six of Crows. I want to put Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time, because I struggled to get into the first half of the book. But the way it ended in the character work, yeah, I'm going to put it in a bit of me. All right, now we have Collide. And this one is going straight to, it was a no for me. I think I ended up DNFing at like 70% when I could have just gone ahead and finished the book at that point. But first, my spice tolerance is not that high. And there, in my opinion, was no plot to be seen. what were we here for? And I wanted to like it so bad because the covers are really cute. Has such a cute cover, but I just, it's a no. It's a no for me. Educated by Tara Westover. Oh, please don't end. And I feel weird saying that because she had a terrible life and it is a true story about her life. But when I tell y'all, that girl overcame so many obstacles and it was so inspiring. And I just wanted to continue unpacking everything with her. I did not want it to end. I highly recommend this book. And I'm not even really a memoir type of person, but her life was so interesting. I might pick up some more memoirs after this one. All right, A Fate Inked in Blood by Daniel Jensen, which is #1 to A Curse Carved in Bone. I read it this year as a reread, so enough said. This is book 1 and I think it's actually the better of the two, so please don't end. Saving Noah. Y'all, yeah, this was a no for me. It was really hard for me to get through. I think it's because of the topic it covers. I don't know. It was just a little too dark, a little too haunting for me. And it's not because I don't love Lucinda Berry. I actually have read 4 of her other books. They're great and I love her. But this one, it was just too triggering for me, so it was a no for me. Divine Rivals. I want to say it's a bit of me, but I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it hasn't stuck with me very much since I read it. I don't even think I can tell you the 2 main characters' names. Yeah, I'm playing Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time. But that doesn't mean it wasn't a great read. I really liked it at the time, but did not stick with me. Okay, now we have Rachel Gillig's Two Twisted Crowds, which is book 2 in the Shepherd King duology. I read this one at the beginning of the year. Definitely a bit of me. I don't think I liked it as much as I liked Night in the Moth, but it really solidified Rachel Gillig as an auto-buy author for me, and so no regrets, loved it, so good. We have Daisy Hates. I'm gonna put mentally checked out a long time ago. I am always so torn with the Magnolia Park series because yes, the writing is very unique and entertaining, but I just feel like the plot is so repetitive. It's like we're going through the same cycle over and over and over again, and it's a little dizzying to me. So I'm putting it in I mentally checked out a long time ago. I don't know if I'm gonna keep reading this series. Then we have a novella by Abby Jimenez. I think I read this around Valentine's. Abby, she's a bit of me. She's just, I haven't read an Abby Jimenez book that I've hated yet. And this one it was the perfect palate cleanser for sure. The Perfect Couple by Ellen Hilderbrand. I'm not gonna lie, I did not really enjoy it. I probably mentally checked out a long time ago, but I really did enjoy Ellen Hilderbrand's storytelling, and so I do want to read another book by her. I got The Academy because she wrote it with her daughter, and if that's not the cutest thing I've ever heard in my life, mother-daughter author duo, I'm definitely gonna be reading that. But for me, this one, towards the end, the mystery, I didn't care anymore. I was losing interest. All right, now we have My Brilliant Friend. Oh my goodness, I loved it. I'm gonna put it a bit of me. It really reminded me of my love for literary fiction, and this one is a banger. Okay, we have All the Sinners Bleed by S.A. Cosby. I did mentally check out on this one, but I did really want to know who did it at the end, so I'm gonna put Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time. Oh my goodness, Say You'll Remember Me. This one has gotten so much hate, but I think it's one of her best work. I'm definitely going to put it in a bit of me. I love the portrayal of a long distance relationship, and everything doesn't have to be slow burn, okay? They knew they liked each other. They started dating. Sometimes that happens. All right, next we have The Wrong Kind of Falling. I did read this one recently. I'm going to put Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time. It's just kind of one of those cute little fluffy reads. Very cheesy, but very cute. Okay, sorry y'all. I some kind of way deleted Golden Sun by Pierce Brown, and I recently finished that, so I very much noticed that it wasn't on the list. Okay, The River Has Roots. It's a novella, so I'm tempted to put it here because I just am not really into super whimsical, like fairy tale type stories. That's why it was hard for me to get into the Once Upon a Broken Heart series by Stephanie Garber. However, the writing was so beautiful. I highlighted so much in this short book that I'm going to put a bit of me because, like I said, I just highlighted so much. The writing was beautiful, even though the whimsical fairy tale wasn't my favorite, but I really liked the concept and the world. Okay, Andre and Bash Are Just Friends. I mentally checked out very halfway through this book, but also I am not the intended audience. This is a young adult. I'm definitely not the target age range. Okay, and then lastly we have Golden Sun by Pierce Brown. Yeah, this is going straight to the top. Really doesn't need much said. I covered this in my last video, so if you want all my thoughts on this beautiful book, go watch the last video, but straight to the top. All right, yes, this is my 2025 in books. But yeah, thank y'all so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am so excited to be starting 2026 with y'all. Comment down below if you agreed with my tier ranking, and I will see y'all in my next video.